everybody, welcome to another Cricut tutorial. Today we are going to make a really fun Easter craft. We're going to do a Easter plate that's going to be Cricut, it's going to be carrots for the Easter bunny. So the first thing that I'm going to do is open my design space. And we're going to go ahead and start a new project as soon as it opens. So all we're going to do is just hit New Project. Now, I got kind of an idea of what I want to do off of Pinterest, so we're going to kind of play with that a little bit, and we're going to use some images from Google, some fonts. It's going to be a really fun project, but this way you'll kind of see how to do a couple different things with your Cricut. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to find a carrot, and I'm going to just search carrot clip art in Google because I'm going to just use something that they have. I don't want anything too detailed. It doesn't need to be too fancy. So I kind of want it to be silly looking and just sort of a carrot. So it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. I think I kind of liked the one I saw up at the top. Oh, he's kind of good. I like this guy. He's kind of fun. He's kind of, I don't like his top. So basically what you're just going to do is just find a carrot that you like. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. You do want to try to find one that's a little bit cleaner of an image. You know what? I think I liked the one I saw up here. There was one up here that was pretty nice. Here, this guy. I kind of like this chunky guy. He's fun. And the nice thing is he is already be used because he has no background. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, click Save Link As, or I'm sorry, not Save Link. We're going to go click Save Image As, and I'm just going to save it in my Cricut folder as carrot. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to find a rabbit. I'm just going to use, I kind of like the silhouette of a rabbit, so I'm just going to search rabbit silhouette. And then all I have to do is just find a rabbit silhouette that I like. Not really liking any of these. Let me see if there's anything else. This is part of the fun, is getting to find the designs that you like. So I'm just going to try looking up rabbit SVG. Sometimes you'll find different things that you might like better by searching SVG. They have some different styles. This one's really super cute. You don't need to pay attention to the color that they have them because you can change the colors if you would like to. But you can basically just find whatever you want. And I have to say I'm totally in love with these guys. So we're going to go ahead and use these little bunnies. They are so stinking cute and they'll be perfect. So again, save image as. I'm just going to save this as rabbits. Okay, so we're ready to go back to our design space. So let's go ahead and we can close our Google. We don't need it open. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upload our images. So all you have to do is click Upload Image. You're going to browse and find your image. So we know that we named one of them carrot, so we'll start with carrot. Now carrot is nice and simple for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and do him as moderately complex here. And we're going to just hit Continue. Now there's a couple ways you can do the carrot. You can do them as a print and cut, or you could just do them as a cut file. I'm going to do them as a cut file. So in order to do that, I want to take away the green part and the black edging for the green part so that I can easily cut just the orange out. I'm not going to do any of these lines. I don't think we need them. So you can see there's some messiness from around where the black was. So we're just going to zoom in. And all we're going to do is take the eraser tool and we're just going to go ahead and erase all of the junk so that it'll cut nice and clean. The one thing I always do before I go to the next screen is I'll hit preview and that'll just show you if there's any spots that maybe you missed. Like I see this little chunk right here. I'm just going to do a quick click. We're going to preview him. Perfect. So he looks good. You can see there's nothing hanging out, so we're going to go ahead and hit Continue, and we're going to save him here as a cut image. Just click Save, and it's going to take you back to your upload screen. because we have a couple things to upload, we're just going to do them all right now. So we're going to go ahead, upload that carrot again. Go back to your Cricut folder, find your carrot. But this time, we're going to, again, select moderately complex. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to erase the orange part. So click on the orange part. I usually just try to get as much of it gone as I can by clicking with the magic tool. Sometimes it just depends on the design. Some of them will let you get rid of a lot. Some you have to go in with the eraser. So we got a lot done. So we're going to go ahead and go in with our eraser. And you can change the size of your eraser with this little slidey bar. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to go ahead and clean up all the random little lines. And I'm going to show you this so you'll see it better. When you hit preview, it'll show you all this junk that we didn't clean up yet so that you can easily see it to clean it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so that I can get really close to this green. And I'm going to reduce the size of my eraser so that it's a lot smaller. That way we can get up here and just clean this up a little bit better. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but you want to make sure it's clean. So we're going to go ahead and hit preview again, and I'm just going to check where the carrot was, and perfect. We're just going to go ahead and save that. And I'm going to name this one Carrot 1, and you're going to make sure that you save the cut image again. So go ahead and hit save. And last thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upload our rabbits. So we know we called them rabbits, so they're going to be down, way down here in the R's. Here's our rabbits. These guys are going to be really easy as well because they were already an SVG, so there's not a lot of cleanup we have to do. And we can go ahead and select simple because it's just black. Go ahead and hit continue. It's automatically going to show you this page, and you can take off anything you would like to, but with this one we're not going to take anything off. So we're going to hit continue. We're going to select the cut image again. Hit save. Perfect. So the next thing we want to do is I'm just going to pick one image for now and insert my image. And I think I'm going to end up doing my bunnies in a pink. So I'm just going to turn them pink for now. And then we're going to go back to our uploads over here in the lower left-hand corner. We're going to upload the top of our carrot. We're going to go ahead and click upload again. And we're going to insert our carrot bottom. So just insert images. And then we're just going to sort of connect them a little bit, and you can change their colors now and so you can see them better. To change the color, don't forget, you just go over here to the side on the right and click the colored dot, and I know that the bottom of my carrot is going to be orange, and select the top of your carrot and he's going to be green. This is just a good way to give you guys a visual of what your project is going to look like. So I'm doing mine on a charger plate from the dollar store. So my plate is a little over 12 inches across. So I like to make a template to work with this. Now I don't use the templates over here for plates, but I will use a shape. So I'm going to open up a circle, and it's going to offer me width and height. So we just put 12 in for either one of them because we know the plate is about 12 inches. So we have this big plate. The one thing you can do, so you know you can't see the whole plate, I'm going to go ahead and zoom my screen out. And in order to do that, you hit Control on your keyboard, and with your mouse wheel, you slide it out. And you can zoom back in, or you can zoom out. I'm going to zoom out just so you guys can see this better. Now, my plate has a rim where I am going to put carrots for the Easter Bunny. And I have about 1.5 inches to work with. So I'm going to make a second circle. So we're going to go back to shapes, make another circle, and I know that the inner portion of my plate is about 9 inches. So you can do the same thing that you did with your outer circle and just click 9 in one of the spaces. And I know this is hard to see because this part got really small. But you can lay your other circle on top, and you want to kind of center it best you can. And I always change the center circle picture color so that I can see it better. And we're just going to make it, I don't know, wine, just so that we can see it better. But this gives us an idea of the space that we can work with our design. So I know that my plate is silver, so my bunnies are going to be pink. Now I want to show you this. See how it goes behind our plates? Well, we want to be able to lay it on top of our plate. So you just right-click on your bunnies, move to front, and what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that we can put our bunnies on our plate. Now with the carrot, because it's two different pieces, what we're going to do is we're going to select both pieces. You can do this one of two ways. You can click one piece, hit Control and click the second piece, or you can draw a square by holding down your left mouse button and just draw a square around both pieces. I'm going to go ahead and slide my carrot over, and again, notice it's doing the same thing where it's going behind the plates. All I need to do is just move it to the front. Very simple. Now with this one, what I want to do is I think I'm going to put two carrots, one on either side. This is going to be really easy to do, and I can't wait to show you how. All we have to do is now with the carrot selected is go up into this upper right hand corner, and right here it says duplicate. Just click duplicate, and you're going to have two carrots. Now I don't like that this one is going to be facing the same direction. I would like it to point out the other way. All we have to do that is up here in the top, and I'm going to make this bigger so that you guys can see it, is a little button that says flip. Let me move this over. And when you go to flip, you're just going to click flip. You can flip it horizontal or you can flip it vertical. So if we flip it vertical, it goes like that. I'm going to flip it back the way it was. But what we want to do is flip it horizontal. And all that does is basically like mirroring the image when you cut them in your design space. And I think I'm actually going to change the background on this. It's making me crazy. So I'm just going to do a lighter gray so that I can kind of get a better idea. That's much better. It looks much less ugly that way. So the next fun thing that we're going to do is we're going to make carrots for the Easter bunny right up here around the rim. So what I want to do is open a text box, and we're just going to type in carrots for the Easter bunny. You guys can choose whatever font you like. I am a big fan of something a little bit more whimsical for this because it's for a child. So I'm going to just choose something a little more fun. I have one, let's take a look. I have a font that's like a Disney inspired. Don't know if it's right for this plate, but it is really cute. I don't think I love that. There's just, it's cute, but not quite what I'm going for. So we're just going to keep looking. We'll find something that we like. A lot of times it's just trial and error to see kind of what looks good. I don't like that, and something about this just doesn't, I don't know, that font doesn't do it for me. So we just keep looking. You'll eventually find, and this is all up to personal preference, you know, whatever you like, whatever suits your style. It doesn't have to be, like, see, I think that one's really fun. I think we're going to go with that, and I think, yeah, I think that one's good. That should be all right. Now with this, we don't have to worry about letter spacing because the way we're going to do this next, I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out a little bit just so we can get a better look. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to ungroup our letters. So all you have to do is hit ungroup. And what that's going to allow you to do is move your letters based completely on their own. So you can move them however you would like. The nice thing with this is you can actually arc your letters around your plate. In order to turn them, you just use this little circular, and I'll move this closer again so you guys can see. Let me get rid of our downloads. This right here, this little arrow to turn your letter, and you can turn it all the way around. But what I like to do with this is I will turn it so that I like it on my plate, and then I'll make my letter as big as I feel like I want it to be. And like I said, I know that I've got about 1.5 inches to work with. And all you're going to do is you're going to do this for each of your letters. I won't make you guys watch this because this is, I will say it is a little bit of a tedious process, but it will get you exactly what you want. There are apps that will do this for you. I have not loved most of the ones that I have tried. I think I just maybe need to try some others. So like I said, I won't make you guys watch this, but when we come back, we'll be ready to cut. Okay, we've set all our letters. I decided to do carrots for on the top, and we're going to do Easter bunny on the bottom. We have our carrots, and we have our bunnies. So the next thing we have to do is get rid of these plates because we don't need it to cut them. So you can just click on it and hit the X, and click on this and hit the X again. So we don't need either one of those. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we did group each of our sets of letters. So I'm just going to select all the letters, group them together, and attach them. And I'm going to do the same with the top set. So these ones I'm going to have to do a little bit differently. I've already attached them, so I think we're good here. But on this, just make sure you select all of them. You hit attach, and then when we go to make it, you'll see that it should, with any luck, hold them. So let's go ahead and click make it. Perfect. So what it's going to do is it's going to cut each of our items on our different colors. So we have our black for our words, the orange carrot bottoms, the green carrot tops, and the pink bunnies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prepare my mats, and we'll come back and I will show you it cutting, and then we'll show you application. We have weeded our pieces, so the next thing we need is to get our transfer tape or our contact paper, depending on which one you use. I personally prefer the contact paper. I think it's just a little bit easier to work with. I usually will just sort of measure it out. It's only $1, so if I waste a little bit, I'm not super worried about it, but I'll just kind of get an idea of where I need to cut it so that it'll cover my design completely. Just cut that one, and I'll just show you applying this to one of them, and then when we come back you can see me applying the whole design to our plate. But first things first, we got to do this transfer tape. So I like the contact paper because it's not as sticky. You can still see it's sticky, but it's not too bad. So what I'm going to do is all you got to do is lay it on top of your design so that it covers the whole design. And then I usually will just press it a little bit with my finger, and then I'll come in with my Cricut scraper and just press on each of the letters. And you just want to do that for each part that you have for your design. So this is the carrots 4 part, and then we'll move on and do it for the carrots, the bunnies, and then the Easter bunny part. Like I said, when we come back, I'll show you it being applied. Okay, we are ready for application. So I think the first thing I'm going to start with are my bunnies. They are really bright pink, which I love. So we're just going to peel them from the contact paper or transfer tape. You'll see that sometimes they don't always stick all the way. That's okay. You can just either get them started with your nail, or you can re-rub them with your scraper. You just want to slowly peel them back at a slight angle. And then we're going to lay them on our plate, which I have wiped down with an alcohol wipe so that it will stick better. And we're just going to kind of figure out about where center is on our plate and just press them down. And just lightly press them with your finger first. Then come in with your scraper, and you're just going to give them a good pressing. And you want to make sure you get these little edges of their tails so that they stick really well with your transfer tape. Alright, we're just going to do that. And when we peel back, our bunnies should, with any luck, have stuck really nicely to our plate. Now keep in mind, this is not a food safe product, both the vinyl and the plate, so do not eat off of it. You can obviously put a carrot on it for the bunny, just throw that carrot away. It's just not a good idea to eat them. So next thing we're going to do is lay down our carrots. So I know that I just kind of want one right there, and I'm going to do these two at the same time, just so I can get a better idea of the placement of where I want them on the plate. I want him angled a little bit more. Do not press them down like at all if you're trying to get a placement, because it will hold. I think that looks pretty good, so we're going to press them down with our scraper again. And we're just going to peel the transfer tape or the contact paper back up again. Just put that to the side. Let's get this carrot. Okay, we're going to move on to the carrot tops, which I have right here. Now this one, make sure you are putting the correct top on the correct carrot. I kind of like that it's going to overlap Bunny's ear, so it's just kind of cutesy. Just sort of a silly plate. And again, I'm going to do these two hopefully at the same time. The transfer tape on the other one might be a little too long. If that's the case, you can just kind of peel it up and fold it up on itself so that it holds itself, just so you can place your other carrot top. So I'm going to go ahead and place this other carrot top, and then you're just going to do the same thing and rub it. These don't have to be perfect. These are all just kind of your own fun designs and whatever you guys like and however you want them to be. Don't worry about pleasing everyone, because that's not what crafts are about. They're about making yourself happy. Now, I will show you, if you notice, this one does not want to stick completely, and I'm not sure quite why, but he's just given us a little bit of trouble. And you might have that on certain designs, and just for those, you just want to rub them a little bit more. You want to make sure that you rub all the way to the edge on all your sides. And I apologize for my dog barking. She's cute, but she's not real bright. Here we go. Now, see, this one isn't really sticking at all. Just happens sometimes. It's just a pain, but you can just rub it. Just keep rubbing. And now, if it won't stick this time, I will get it started with my nail, just like I did before. But nope, we're good. It's doing just fine. So there's our carrots. So next, we're gonna lay our bigger designs, which is our Easter Bunny and carrots for that. I'm gonna start with Easter Bunny. We're gonna peel this one a little bit slow, just because it's got quite a few bits and pieces to it. Again, always just peel back a little bit of an angle. Straight on, it won't stick very well. So I sort of know that the R and the B in the bunny is going to be, or the Easter and the bunny is going to kind of be under middle bunny's booty. So I'm just going to line it up best I can, lay it down, and again, press with your finger. When I was putting the contact paper on, I ripped it a little bit here, so I'm going to be really gentle on that E and just try to not further rip the transfer tape. And we're just going to kind of go over all of our letters. Again, this is when you want to make sure you're getting all the way to the edges. You just want to make sure that you kind of rub everything really good. And you're just going to peel up your contact paper. So here's our... Woo! Oh, geez, dear Lord. Now, that was obviously not a planned moment. It ripped my Y. I don't usually have that problem. This is actually a new vinyl. I'm not a big fan. It's the Easy Craft from Amazon. It's not my favorite. Since this is just a fun craft for a friend and she's not really that worried about it, I'm just going to leave it. If this happened, you could just reprint your Y. Just recut that out and replace it. I'm going to leave it though, because really it's fine. We're going to go ahead and do carrots for the now. I will be much more careful when I take this one off. I didn't realize that it was going to rip my Y. So this one, don't really know quite where the center is, so I'm just going to sort of line it up best I can where I think the center might be. That looks pretty good. So we're going to just, again, press with your fingers first. Give it that first initial sticky. And then we're going to go ahead and rub with our scraper. Again, make sure you rub each and every letter. You just want to make sure you get all the edges. And we're going to peel that up. And like I said, this time I'm going to be a little more careful, but I see it's lifting some of my letters. Yeah, guys, I do not recommend this Easy Craft vinyl. It is not my favorite at all. Definitely stick with Oracle. I bought this just because it was on sale the one day, and I am regretting that decision. Luckily, it was only a couple bucks, but oh boy, not again. Now, okay, see, I have rubbed, and it's still not sticking, so what I'm going to do is just coax it with my finger, because apparently the C just does not want to be a part of our craft. So we're going to just slowly, so that we don't rip any of our other letters, like we did to the poor Y. And as you see, some of them are still lifting. As they lift, I'm just going to press them back down with my finger. Something like this, especially with this icky vinyl, I would let sit for 48 hours before you handled it too much or gave it as a gift or an order for someone, just because it's just not seeming to be super sticky. Again, do not buy Easy Craft vinyl. Not my favorite. All right, so we now have a very, very cute carrots for the Easter Bunny plate. This one was really fun, you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed crafting this fun Easter Bunny plate with me. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel and make sure you click the bell because that will announce to you anytime I post a brand new video. If you have any requests for tutorials you'd like to see, let me know in those comments below as well. Have a great day.